What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics. Feds say plot was bigger than kidnapping Governor Whitmer. It was civil war attempt. The Wolverine Watchman militia group didn't just plot to kidnap Gov. Gretchen Whitmer, but they were on a mission to attack the state capitol and target police officers at their homes as part of a broader mission to instigate a civil war. We finally have our answer to who watches the Watchmen, and it's this group of idiots who apparently watched Watchmen a few too many times. Edit. Also getting the standoff at Sparrow Creek vibes from this. Wolverine Watchmen is so embarrassing. I bet their dicks never got harder than the day their cheap custom clubhouse jackets came in from some Chinese sweatshop they found online. I mean, just take a look at their mugshots. www.freak.com. Absolutely zero surprises here. They look like Mount and Blade characters. The Wolverine Watchman militia group didn't just plot to kidnap Gov. Gretchen Whitmer, but they were on a mission to attack the state capitol and target police officers at their homes as part of a broader mission to instigate a civil war. Wow. Bet the Blue Lives Matter crowd will be right on this. Then, deadpan face. They will just call them Antifa and move on. Check out our conservative, because one of the guys had an anarchy flag. They claim the group wasn't part of their ranks. Edit. i.imager.com. Ranks. Oh, give me a freaking break. Did they not get the standby memo? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. The US debt is now projected to be larger than the US economy. Why doesn't the government just get a second job? Edit. Thank you for all the awards. I finally have irrefutable proof to show my wife that I'm funny. And stop eating so much damn avocado toast. Why can't they just pull themselves up by their bootstraps? They're always on their phones. And if you just skipped at $6.50 Starbucks caramel mocha latte every day, think how much you would save a year. Damn avocado toast. I really don't get why they say avocado toast. Avocados are like 50 cents and that's enough for 2 toasts. Whoa whoa whoa. We're not all in the land of plentiful avocados. Things are like frickin' gold around here. I'm sorry, I can't hear you through the stacks of avocados I used to insulate the walls of my home. This is pretty funny because I found these really nice big organic avocados for 50 cents each at the start of the season. I took an E, called all of my closest friends and family if they wanted avocados and how many. Sure enough, I walked out of there with 130 plus avocados. Best $65 of my life. I think the cashier was pissed. Are you my math question? Trickle-down economics is also called horse and sparrow economics. If you give the horse enough food, they won't be able to digest it all and the sparrows can pick through their crap for grain. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. I'm surprised he's even heard of us. Wales hit back after Trump criticises country's coronavirus response. I look forward to welcoming Joe Biden here as next president of the United States, says Plaid Cymru leader. Well, Donald is the Prince of Wales. Prince of Wales. Prince of Wald. Butthead, I'm not doing this right, am I? Sounds right to me. Sounds far right to me. No country in the world is going to take public health lessons from President Trump, and certainly not Wales, as the birthplace of the NHS, which gave the world the model of a national health service. Over 210,000 deaths and he's still not wearing a mask even though he's contagious. Telling people to not let it dominate their lives, and saying it's not as deadly as the flu. It's like Trump is trying to run up the score on how many people die. He also just announced he's going to hold a rally soon too, while he's still infectious. I mean, maybe the idiots on his rally getting infected might help refresh their perspective. Those people will walk around without masks and eat in restaurants and infect innocent folks. It's never good for stupid people to get this. Have him point out Wales on a map though. Zero freaking chance. At this point it wouldn't surprise me if he was unable to point out the US on a map with more than the US on it. Definitely no chance he knows where Wales is. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Donald Trump calls for AG Barr to indict Joe Biden with 26 days until election. Trump is half a step away from having his political opponents poisoned. Came here to say this. I'm sure it's crossed his mind. I mean, he's hell-bent on an in-person debate with Biden right now even though he has coronavirus, so I feel like he is trying to infect him to kill him. Only because Biden tested negative after his first attempt at infecting him. He 100% knew he was positive before the first debate. You could make the argument that his whole family was trying to spread COVID at the first debate. That's why he's so upset about having that opportunity taken away for the second debate. Catching COVID was disastrous for his rhetoric. If Biden caught it, that would alleviate some of the pressure he's feeling right now. He was really banking on his last-ditch attempt to save himself by rushing Biden and coughing into his eyes and mouth while screaming that he tripped. I think one of the problems with that plan is that Trump can't rush anywhere. He rushes to his two Big Macs and fish fillet at lunchtime. I'm losing, Putin suggested I dale my opponent. Putin has coached him well, I see. If I were Biden, I wouldn't be drinking any tea for a while. It'd taste like Novichok. And here we go, deeper into insanity. A sitting president has requested the unlawful arrest of his opponent. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, ABC News sets Joe Biden town hall on night of second debate. Well, that backfired on Trump quickly. Lol. Everything Trump touches dies. #ETTD. King Midas. It's amazing how almost everything he does backfires in his face. So much that even Wile E. Coyote seems lucky by comparison. Almost always in completely predictable ways too. This is the price you pay for not having any political experience. Now he tried to solve this problem by hiring people with political experience, but over the past 4 years he fired anyone who knew what they were doing and didn't tell him what he wanted to hear. So now all he has around him are yes men and opportunists. So now Trump is making moves to grab headlines without thinking of the consequences, and Biden and his team is shutting them down at every turn he makes. The best part about the town hall format is that it reinforces 1. Biden is absolutely not senile, 2. He has rational, detailed plans, and 3. He expresses normal human empathy. Anyone who's had to give a speech knows it's nearly impossible to perfect it. Obama had a rare talent. Amazing. Trump literally fricked himself with his own tiny dick. Trump, I'm not coming. Biden, okay. Trump, I'm not gunning for a second term. Populist, okay. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Feds say they thwarted militia plot to kidnap Whitmer. The Michigan militia used to be huge. When they stopped being talked about, I sort of doubted they all just decided to quit. Have you seen the Vice documentary on the Michigan militia? They hold their monthly meeting in a family restaurant and some of the guys can barely even fit in their seats. If they weren't all armed to the teeth, it would actually be hilarious. U2.be, they haven't quit. But they definitely aren't what they were in the 1990s. They haven't quit, I mean. Several of their hearts will probably quit trying to force blood into 96% gravy arteries. But the spirit of the organization lives on. Sure. How'd she escape being kidnapped? She walked briskly and none of the militia we sent could keep up. These colors don't run. Breathes heavily. These colors can't run. Is this the same, the Michigan militia, or just a Michigan militia? If you are from Ohio, it's that militia up north. A Michigan militia. They splintered after OKC into smaller cells so they wouldn't be targeted as a whole. They said the group was called the Wolverine Warriors, or something similar. Yeah, they all have dork butt names like that. The Gravy Seals, Meal Team Grits, the Al-Qaeda, the Jihadists. The crazy are getting crazier. Emboldened and are able to find online allies easily. The election and its aftermath will see more. And more like this. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.